Okay, so I tried playing the Arena Open. I actually tried a couple of times, and this is the first one. So I'm playing best of one sealed. I'm replaying this at 2 times speed. Looking at these cards, I was still really not clear what colors I was going to play. Pretty sure I was going to need to see the colors. I knew Kaldheim Unleashed is a really good card, especially in sealed. So I was pretty keen on playing that card. But generally, I think the cards I ended up with were pretty bad. Looking at my green, there's virtually nothing. Red, nothing really either going on there. So at least it wasn't that hard to make the deck from this one. But I never really ended up with a great deck, and I don't think there was a way to do that. I added Furrier here at first because I thought that might be playable, but given that it has a double black cost, I didn't want to kind of ruin my mana base trying to add it to the deck, because the chances are either I'll draw the black lands and I won't draw that card, or I'll draw that card and I just won't even be able to play it. I was pretty sure I wanted to play the Saga anyway. For black, I do have a black-blue land to splash for it anyway. I hope this deck building doesn't take too long. This is actually at 2 times speed. Maybe I should just skip it, but you probably get an idea of how I built the deck. Yeah, there was a few black cards that I was definitely considering, like the Helm. Yeah, there's like 4 different black cards, kind of. There wasn't too much else in black, really, though. So there was no real reason to play black. But I was definitely... Okay, I just skipped to... Here's how the deck ended up. Because, yeah, I just paused in the deck building. Yeah, I'm playing cards that I don't generally play, and I don't think are very good. And that's because the cards that I got were, I think, were pretty bad. Yeah. If I was playing draft, I would never even pick most of these cards. So that's not a very good sign for me. But I did have enough snow lands that I was pretty sure these hawks might be useful. Even here, yeah, I'm just not even... What do I even do on turn 2 here? Because I knew I was pretty sure I wanted to play the Pegasus on turn 3. And I didn't have the snow mana for the hawk anyway yet, so I guess I was just holding out on using that. This game was really weird. If I had have held up Disdainful Stroke, I could have countered the Reaper or the fight spell, but I don't think that really mattered. Maybe countering the Reaper would have been really good, but then I would be doing nothing and relying on them casting a spell that costs 4 or more. Given that they were foretelling 2 cards, there's probably a good chance, but then maybe they can just decide to play their other cards that are cheaper, and then I get wrecked for doing nothing. So I have the Divine Gambit, and I was trying to wait until they didn't really have many cards left in the hand. was pretty sure I wanted to use it on their flyer so that I would then be able to just kill them with my flying creatures, given that they only have one flyer. I could have countered that that 5/5 when they played it, but then I figured I guess I'll just bounce it, because then they'll have to spend the 5 mana again playing it out again. And then if I want to, I can use the Disdainful Stroke. And yeah, I guess I might as well use it there in that situation. I left my mana up anyway, so... And then they raised it back, which I kind of didn't care about, except that I wanted to use my Gambit. And I knew that they would just be able to get the 5/5 out. I drew the Longboat here, but I don't think it's very good. I was pretty sure I just wanted to discard it to the Hawk here. So I just went and did that first. This Longboat is a card that I never play, and I think it's bad. But I guess I was just pretty desperate. The one reason it's in the deck is if I'm playing against an aggro deck, which I don't think I played against aggro this whole time. Doesn't seem like anyone was playing aggro, so I was holding lands then exactly for the Skull Raid, but unfortunately I also lost the Gambit. But given that they Skull Raided, then they couldn't actually put the 5/5 on the board. Would be nice if I had that Snowland, because then I could get rid of all of these excess lands that I was trying. Scorn Effigy is another card that I never play, and if I was drafting I would never pick it. But just in case I'm playing against some sort of a aggro deck, I figured I would put it in the deck. It's interesting that they attacked me then. They were just trying to start to get aggressive, I guess. And now I draw Behold the Multiverse. Couldn't have drawn that like 5 turns ago when I had nothing else to do. Because why would I do that? Yeah, I don't even know who should have won this game. I'm guessing I very much should not have won this game, but I guess those Hawks were pretty helpful, because I would have been like extra mana flood if it wasn't for them. I was actually pretty glad they decided not to attack there. And even here, I'm pretty sure I just keep the Snowland. So then at least I can just keep looting. Pretty happy to see my Splash Saga on the top there. So that was a good draw after all the bad draws. But it would have also been nice if I could just get the I can't even remember the name of it, the thing that makes a lot of angels. I can't remember the name because I never draw that card. I'm just going to make sure I get this score up now. So yeah, pretty clear. Just attack, kill their only flyer, and then they just scoop. So don't know if I should have won that game. But pretty much every single game I played, my opponent's decks were just better. They just had better cards. And yeah, I was kind of thinking of changing the deck then, but then I just didn't. Probably should have, but there wasn't much I could do. I think later on I might actually make some changes. So this hand looks really slow. Yeah, here. Yeah. I was expecting that they were foretelling the wolf, given that they have 2 forests and they just foretold a card. And I wanted to counter it with a Disdainful Stroke, but then of course they just play Harold instead. So just get punished for holding up Disdainful Stroke there. I could have foretold the Behold instead. There was such a mix of creatures in this deck that the Pretender, I never usually play the Pretender, but when desperate times you play the cards that you don't really like and you yeah, because you have no other option. And yeah, they were foretelling the Packmate. But of course they had a Herald to play instead, which got them the Vandal. I do make one mistake in this game. I'll probably make a ton of mistakes throughout this thing. I think here I might just foretell the Behold and leave Upstroke. But I think that maybe what I do here might be a mistake. Maybe. Because what I could do here is just play Behold the Multiverse, but instead I go for the Counterspell because I don't want them to have a 3/3 and to draw a card. But unfortunately that means that I'm going to lose my Pretender, given that they can now play the Vandal to exile it, and I knew they had the Vandal. The reason I don't actually care about the 2/2, but it is a changeling, and I really wanted to play this Kinseekers and actually get some value out of it. If it was a 3/5, that would be really good here, as opposed to just a 2/4. Also the Scry in this point of the match, in this point of the game, pretty helpful. Because I could just throw away lands that I don't want to draw. So it was a massive deal. It was a massive deal. Just instantly when they play the Packmate, you'd think that countering it would obviously be the right play. But in this situation, it very much wasn't, because even when I play the Kinseekers, that would have boosted my my other creature into a 3/3, which would have also been helpful. I know that they could have exiled it eventually with the Vandal, but I think giving them the option that early was pretty bad for me. As much as I didn't want them to have the 3/3 Packmate, and the card draw, I think I got punished for that. But maybe I just lose this game anyway. I'm already down to 3. So I'm pretty much forced to play the Kinseekers here. And I think they just have another removal spell to kill me. So yeah, that every opponent's deck is just way better than mine. They all seem to have the Packmate and all the other cards that I like. Poison the Cup, really like one of the best removal spells. Also Feed the Serpent. And this person with Vega and a lot of Foretell cards at the same time. Seems pretty nice. I was wondering what they were foretelling this whole time. Because they seem to just be not playing those cards. I think this game, yeah, I make a pretty substantial mistake in this game. Because I was kind of running out of time. So I just made some snap decisions that I went on to regret. Yeah, so when, yeah, I don't know why it took me a while. I kind of knew what I wanted to do. And they were holding the bounce spell for one, which I was pretty sure of after they've just foretold a couple of cards, and they're only holding up one island. So I'm like, yeah, it's obviously the one blue mana bounce a permanent spell. Don't know why I was thinking of attacking with the Mistwalker here. Okay, I just attack with it anyway. Yeah, I don't know why I made that attack. I think it's because... yeah, I don't know why. But this doesn't actually look that bad when you look at the board now. So yeah, there's the depart. Since I knew that, maybe I shouldn't have played the saga, but all they did was use depart to kill a 1/1 bird token, and I guess that's fine. There's a longboat. As soon as I draw that card, I'm like, I just want to discard that, don't I? And yeah, here I was running out of time, and that's why I just made this snap decision to attack here. What I should have... oh no. Okay. Maybe I must be thinking of next turn? Must be thinking of next turn. Because I just allow my opponent to draw 3 cards with their Inga. And I suppose they could have done it then. Maybe? I think they could have done it then. So I don't know why they didn't do it then. And I guess I just played the longboat here because it kind of can just attack into all their creatures until they play the Mistwalker, which can just block it pretty easily. And it was this turn where I kind of made them snake. I think I just get the Rune of Flight here. I know I could have got Inga, and I probably should have, but I figured getting the Rune would just draw me a card anyway, so might as well pick that. If I had the black mana, I might have just taken one of those sagas. Yeah, I think I would have taken the saga if I had any black mana. So here, yeah, here's where I was running out of time. I wanted to play the Ox pre-combat, but given that I spent so long thinking about which card to get from my sideboard, that's why I was running out of time. And yeah, I just made this attack without even thinking about it. And I was really hoping they wouldn't realize. As soon as I made this attack, I was like, oh, they're just going to draw 3 cards here and there's nothing I can do about it. I even tried to assign the Mistwalker first, because if they don't boost the Mistwalker here, then they don't draw the 3 cards. But of course, yeah, they saw right through that. And yeah, given that the opponent just drew 3 cards, then I was pretty sure I was just going to lose this game. Even if I had the mana for Disdainful Stroke, I couldn't even counter that. I suppose drawing Verdict then was pretty good, but I still just can't even really attack, can I? given that the angel doesn't tap to attack, the verdict can't even kill it, so... And I knew that, that's why I played the raven there. I knew I had to just deal with this flyer because it has vigilance. If I didn't kill it, then I was definitely not going to win this game, so I just went for the block with everything, even though I'll lose both 3/3s instead of a 3/3 and a 2/2. And they have their own Raven's Warning. I can keep drawing cards with the Hawk at this point, but I still think I'm just too far behind. I might need to use the Disdainful Stroke here, and maybe the Verdict. I knew that they could draw a card here because I couldn't unless I used the Verdict. But I didn't really want to use the Verdict on a 1/1 token, so I think I just decided not to. I was pretty sure I wanted to try to kill their bird as well. Their owl thing, whatever it is. And yeah, here I'm deciding, do I want to use this Verdict? But I used the loot then, and then I realized, well, if I use Verdict now, then I don't have the mana for Disdainful Stroke. So pretty sure I don't want to use the Iron Verdict here, but I didn't think that they would just go and play a 4 mana spell. Even if they did, would it be a spell that I would want to counter anyway? Trying to just get aggressive here just because I'm on more life than them, but they can attack tap both my creatures, but I do have the Iron Verdict and I have the Disdainful Stroke. But I was pretty sure there's no way I was going to win this game. They have 4 cards in their hand, 1 that they're foretelling, and they just put whatever they want on top of their deck. And they're not even playing anything that I can counter with the Stroke, which is pretty annoying. If I attack with all these, I'll only deal 2 damage. And if I just attack with the Hawks, I'll deal 1. But yeah, I just guess I just didn't attack with anything. Because then they can attack with their Hawk. I was probably pretty fortunate that they didn't have any snow mana yet. Otherwise I would probably already have lost this game. Because they could have been drawing a lot more cards. Just trade off a Hawk for a 1/1 token here. Because that's how desperate I am. And then they play the Protector because they know that I have Disdainful Stroke in my hand. And then yeah, I've just given up at this point. I was like, there's nothing I can do, right? And yeah, right before this game I was thinking about taking the Scorn Effigy out. And of course it's in my starting hand, which I wasn't really thrilled with. But at least it can trade with the Horizon Seeker. I know it's not actually going to trade here because they're going to play their Veil, but I didn't really care about that because the Valkyrie still trades with it now. And given that I've drawn 1 billion lands, I was like, I'm pretty sure I just want to be using the Hawk here. Even though I didn't have to exile the 2/3, but I did not care about that creature at all, even though I can maybe get it back with the Master Scald. More land, yeah, I got flooded so much every game. There's only a 17 land deck, but every game it felt like I was just getting flooded pretty badly. So I'm glad I was playing the Hawks. Oh yeah, this game was actually pretty cool. I didn't want to block then because, I mean, for a number of reasons. It's a bad block anyway, but I didn't want them to get any counters on their wolf. Yeah, the Hawk the Hawk is a decent blocker here because it can block their 1/1, but I was just like, I'm just gonna do this on my turn. And I play Behold then because I know I have 2 tap lands in my deck. So if I do draw a tap land, I can just play that out this turn. Because I haven't played any land yet. And I'm just holding these lands so that I can either loot them away or just discard them to a Mind Rot. And I actually knew which card I wanted to get. Given that I already have the black mana, I want to take their wolf. So, pretty sure I was gonna just put that on top. And yeah, I just go for Scald now, even though I suppose I could have waited to get the other Saga back. But I was pretty sure the Raven's Warning's pretty good anyway because it just gets you a free card out of your sideboard. And yeah, I was also pretty sure I wanted the 4/4 on the board here. I was kind of surprised they didn't attack with the wolf then. I guess they didn't want me to double block it. But I was glad that they didn't attack with it because I knew I wanted to steal it. And I just gave them the bird for their trouble. Yeah, I play the Pretender here because it is a 3 mana creature. And I was pretty sure I was just going to use the wolf next turn to basically exile every one of their creatures. I lose the Ox, but I don't really care about the Ox anyway. They actually were holding back their creatures there. You can see they've got a 2/2 in hand. And if their creature dies here, it'll boost the wolf. So pretty much why I'm attacking with the Pretender. And I think this game's basically over at this point. That Raven Saga also gained me 4 life. And the the other Saga gained me 3 as well, so not really going to lose the race here. I can even play the cat and hold up Disdainful Stroke. And play the Hawk that I just drew. So yeah, this game's over by this point. I think I might make some changes to the deck now. Still never drawn Kaldheim Unleashed. Yeah, I took out the... I should have also taken out the longboat here. But I took out that Scorn Effigy because it's a bad card. Maybe I should have added one of those blue-black sagas in, but I didn't want to play too many black cards, given there's only 2 black lands in the entire deck. Yeah, when I have 4 foretell cards on turn 2, I'm just like, what do I even do here? Given that I'm playing second here, if I did cast Behold on turn 3, I would just be discarding a card, I think. If I foretold it on 2 and then cast it on 3. I might actually just go for Depart here on their Horizon Seeker. No, I just go for the Verdict instead. I think it might have been actually worth departing it. They would have to then play it again. And by that time, I would have a 3/6 on the board, so Depart might have been better than the Iron Verdict there. Especially given that Iron Verdict would have just taken out their 5/5. Although, are they going to attack with their 5/5 when I have a 3/6 anyway? Pretty annoying that they had two blockers here. Because I was planning on just Bergstridering and then attacking, but it's kind of no point attacking there when they can just block with their 0-4. So Depart can kill that token, but I didn't really care about that. Pretty sure I just want to Behold and see what I get. Definitely going to throw away lands. Keep the Hawk in case I draw any more lands. Which of course I will. Looks like they're going to kill the Hawk here, maybe. They've got Harold. I was just hoping that someone would miss with that card. Like, this is sealed. How many Elves and Warriors can you have in your deck? And have Harold at the same time? Another one of those situations where, yeah, and there's the Poison in the Cup. And just like every single card in my opponent's deck is just better than all of my cards, so how can I even win? Helm is a card that I wanted to play, but it would have been pretty awkward to try and add it to the deck because it is double black that you need if you want to actually make the token with it. Which, basically, for every one of those, you want to be making the token if you can. I'm even holding the lands here in case they have a Mind Rot. Also, I can just loot them away with the Hawk, I guess. And there goes the Longboat. I was thinking, wow, I can depart the realm to save my Longboat. Who cares? Would be nice to have the 3/3 blocker, but yeah. And then this was, yeah, I think the game was already kind of over, but of course they also had everything. Because why wouldn't they? Yeah, there's no way I win this game. So yeah, I just wanted to see what my next card was, and then I'm just like, yeah, just that'll do. It was just more lands. And 2 wins, you get nothing for that. I might as well update the score here. I did spend like a little bit thinking of, well, is there anything else I should have done? I know I definitely should have just taken the longboat out. It's a bad card. No one plays aggro. There's no reason to have it. I think it's only really good if your opponent has a lot of 2/2s. A lot of 2/2 creatures. That way I can just crew it with the hawks or something. And yeah, I wanted to have Furrier in the deck. I knew I always wanted that, but in order to do that, that means playing more swamps just for 1 card. But other than that, I pretty much had nothing. I don't think there's, like, I don't have regrets about how I built the deck or anything. Just don't think I really had anything that good. I suppose the green wasn't too bad here, maybe. But there just wasn't that much. There's not that much green here. Like every one of these cards is just a one-of. Anyway, so I never drew Kaldheim Unleashed, which was the one thing I was actually banking on. That's the one good card I had in this whole pool, and I just never drew it once. I was just trying to make some sort of control deck where I could just try to survive until I got to play that card, but that never happened, mostly because I just never drew that card. So yeah, that's it for this video. The cost a lot of gems for that. 4,500 gems just to do that, but I had plenty of gems, so, and at this point I'm just saving up gems so that I can start drafting next month. So I actually tried another one, and I'll try to upload that video soon. So yeah, 2-3 with this kind of blue-white deck, splashing black. So that's it for this video, for the Arena Open Day 1. So thanks for watching, bye!